Alright, welcome back to Make It Mental, everybody. I know it's hard to see because it's black up against, plus there's a lot of orange peel in the paint, but there's the 959. But what I really wanted to share with you is also, these are both 1/24 scale, and what I found by accident actually is, I believe they call it the L939. Let me double check that. Yes, the wltoys L939 was the donor for these vehicles. By doing so, you use a single cell lipo because it comes with like a 120 milliamp hour one cell. I tried on the Mark Martin NASCAR right there with a 2 cell, and bad things happen, so I got a donor right there. I just need the electronics, and then I'll have a spare rear end differential tire assembly. On the 1/24 scale NASCAR, it was fairly easy. I had to widen the wheel wells around the rear just a little bit, and then other than that, though, it does have a little bit of suspension on the back side, a little bit on the front side. But on the Porsche 959, it might be hard to tell. Let's see if we can brighten it up just a little bit more. Here we go. And you can see how soft and subtle that is. And then on the front side, just a little bit less. But let me show you what's going on here. See that? Let's see if I can take the body off real quick. So here is a very, very crude but effective. And that's how that's done. And you can see there's springs right about where my fingertip is. I just used a couple pieces of plastic right here, and then a single cell goes where normally the double A's would go. And on this particular one, I hid the bearings on the inside of the steering knuckle because I didn't want the wheels to show the nut. Like this one here, you can obviously see the bearing. That's an M2, and the bearing on that guy is 2 millimeters inside diameter and 4 millimeters outside diameter. If I remember correctly, they come off of a Orlando Hunter series. If you're looking for small bearings of different sizes, I would check A-Main Hobbies and just type in keyword search bearings. So I did a little bit differently on this one. Unfortunately, this one's harder to do because you need freehanding it. I don't have a drill press. I think I'm gonna have to buy a drill press. If you drill it off center just a little bit, then your tire is gonna roll a little bit funny. So one tire rolls a little bit better than the other one. This style here with a hidden bearing, let's focus, it rolls very nicely because I ended up using the holes that were already there in the wheels. I had to cut down the wheels, and I had to cut down the shaft or steering knuckles. These steering knuckles do not belong to this car at all. So I just got to mount the servo, and this one will pretty much be done. And then mount the headlights, and I don't know, I'll probably mount the on-off switch somewhere just to turn on and off the headlights. Then your lipo will go in the bottom there. So you can see how crude this one is in comparison to the bottom of this one. This one looks, for the most part, fairly original. I did try this one. It dries really nice on the garage floor. It's not terribly fast, but it is, if you're driving around on a kitchen floor or garage floor, this is pretty neat little deal. And the L939, when you buy it brand new, it's less than $20, and it comes with some pylons where you can set up like your own little road course. But most importantly, what I want to share with you guys is, because this circuit board is an ESC and receiver all in one, and it's really small. This would have worked. I wish I would have known about this sooner. This would have worked excellent in my 1/32 scale builds, which I still have 2 of them to finish. I'm just being kind of beating around a bush on that right now because these are actually easier to do. So that would have been a nice little deal. I did hook a 2-cell up to the NASCAR version, if I didn't mention it earlier, and I toasted it, which is why I have a spare sitting there. I bought 4 of these L939s because they're so cheap to use for projects, different projects, but it's pretty neat. This one here, I don't know how well you'll be able to discern it. Let's see if I can brighten it up a little bit. But I used heavier duty springs up front there. You can barely see it on that one with my thumb on it. But that's what it is. Alright, hope you guys getting creative, get inspired, get out there and build something.